you ever feel a sense of loss after you post a perfect moment? You're not just imagining it. Let's analyze the concept of psychological ownership. Let's trace the anatomy of this feeling. You are standing on a mountaintop. Or perhaps you are sitting across from someone you love, laughing at a joke that only the two of you understand. Or maybe you are simply alone, drinking a cup of coffee in a patch of morning light that looks like a painting. The moment is perfect. It is full. It feels heavy with meaning. And then the reflex kicks in. You reach for your phone. You frame the shot. You capture the light. It is a beautiful image. It does justice to the scene. You open the app. You write the caption. You hit share. Almost immediately, the digital applause begins. The likes trickle in. The comments validate you. Stunning. Goals. Wish I were there. But do you notice what has happened to the moment itself? Before the post, the moment was inside you. It was warm, vivid, and private. It belonged entirely to your internal world. But the second the upload complete notification appeared, something shifted. The moment feels lighter, thinner. It feels less like a memory you possess and more like a story you told. The intimacy of the experience has evaporated, replaced by the metric of its performance. You might feel a strange, quiet emptiness. You might look at the real sunset in front of you and feel disconnected from it, as if you have already consumed it, packaged it, and shipped it away. You are no longer the person having the experience. You have become the person reporting on the experience. If this sensation haunts you, if you are the person who instinctively hides your phone during the best parts of your day, or if you have a secret folder of photos that you refuse to post because they feel too good to share, you are not being secretive. You are not being antisocial. You are practicing a form of intuitive preservation. You are one of the people who keep their joy private. You have realized, perhaps unconsciously, that there is a transaction cost to sharing. We are taught that sharing is caring. We are told that an experience isn't real unless it is documented. But your internal compass tells you a different truth. It tells you that some things are too heavy, too precious, and too fragile to survive the transition into the public domain. It tells you that once you turn a memory into content, you can never truly get it back. You are protecting the sanctity of your own biography. You are fighting to keep the ownership of your life in your own hands. This sense of loss is not a sentimental illusion. It is a structural shift in how your brain processes reality. To understand it, we must look at a concept from behavioral psychology called psychological ownership. Psychological ownership is distinct from legal ownership. You can legally own a house, but not feel like it is yours until you have painted the walls or lived in it for a year. Psychological ownership is the deep cognitive state where an object, an idea, or an experience becomes fused with your sense of self. It is the feeling that this is mine. This is a part of me. This feeling is the bedrock of our identity. We build our self out of the collection of experiences we feel we own. The trip you took alone, the conversation you had at 2 a.m., the failure you survived. These things belong to you. They reside in your internal vault. They have weight and texture because they are exclusively yours. But here is the mechanism that causes the hollowing out. Psychological ownership is diluted by sharing. When you broadcast an experience to 1,000 strangers, you are effectively declaring that this moment no longer belongs exclusively to you. You are opening the vault. You are distributing the shares. You are moving the experience from the private domain, where you are the sole owner and interpreter, to the public domain, where the crowd now owns a piece of the context. This transition triggers a profound cognitive shift. The shift from experiencer to narrator. Let's slow down and analyze this because it changes the very texture of your memory. When you are fully immersed in a moment, say watching that sunset, you are in first-person mode. You are sensing. You are feeling. You are the protagonist of the sensory experience. But the nanosecond you decide to capture it for an audience, your brain switches to third-person mode. You step out of your body. You are no longer the person feeling the sun. You are the director, framing the person feeling the sun. You begin to view your own life through the eyes of a theoretical stranger. How will this look? Is the angle right? Is the caption witty? You have become the narrator of your own biography in real time. And the tragedy is this: you cannot be the narrator and the protagonist at the same time. By stepping back to frame the shot, you have stepped out of the experience. You have sacrificed the immediacy of the joy for the preservation of the joy. This is the observer effect applied to the soul. In physics, the act of observing a particle changes its behavior. In psychology, the act of documenting a moment changes its emotional quality. It cools it down. It rigidifies it. It turns a fluid, chaotic, beautiful feeling into a static, consumable object. And once that object is created, once the post is live, the crowdsourcing of meaning begins. This is the most insidious part of the loop. When you keep a moment private, you are the sole arbiter of its value. You know it was beautiful because it felt beautiful. Your internal compass is the only validation required. The memory is sovereign. But when you post it, you are unconsciously asking a question to the crowd. Was this actually good? Was this beautiful? Does this matter? You are outsourcing the valuation of your own life. And the crowd answers. They answer in likes, in comments, in views. If the post performs well, you feel a surge of relief. The experience has been verified. But if the post performs poorly, if the masterpiece sunset gets only a few likes, a subtle doubt creeps in. Maybe it wasn't that great. Maybe it wasn't special. Do you see what has happened? The algorithm has rewritten your memory. The external validation, or lack thereof, has overwritten your internal truth. You have allowed the market value of the moment to displace the personal value of the moment. This is why you feel hollow. You have sold your sovereignty for applause, and you realize too late that the applause does not nourish you. For the high intellect individual, this trap is even deeper. You are likely a good storyteller. You know how to curate. You know how to make life look aesthetic. You treat your life as a curatorial project. You begin to view your experiences not as ends in themselves, but as raw materials. The dinner is raw material for a story. The vacation is raw material for a gallery. The relationship is raw material for a status update. You become a miner of your own existence. You are constantly scanning your reality for content-worthy moments. This creates a state of perpetual performance. Even when you are alone, you are not truly alone. The invisible audience is always there, sitting in the corner of your mind, waiting to be entertained. You dress for them, you eat for them, you travel for them. You begin to live a life that is screen-ready, prioritizing experiences that photograph well over experiences that feel good. This is the commodification of the self. You have turned your joy into a product, and like any product, once it is sold, it is no longer yours. Let's look at the alternative. Let's look at the psychology of the private joy. Why does the secret moment feel so heavy? Why does the undocumented memory feel so rich? Because of containment. Imagine a vessel. If the vessel is sealed, the pressure builds. The liquid inside becomes potent. It has nowhere to go, so it deepens. This is your internal world. When you keep an experience inside, you seal the vessel. The emotion circulates within you. It interacts with your other memories. It becomes part of your subconscious infrastructure. It fuels your dreams. It builds your character. It becomes dense. But when you post, you puncture the vessel. The pressure is released. The emotion leaks out into the world. It dissipates. You feel a momentary relief, the relief of sharing, but you also lose the potency. The experience becomes flat. It becomes a two-dimensional image on a server farm, indistinguishable from millions of others. The people who keep their joy private are not hiding. They are pressurizing. They are building a reservoir of secret beauty. They understand that there is a fundamental difference between proof and truth. The impulse to post is often an impulse for proof. I need to prove I was here. I need to prove I am happy. I need to prove I have a life. But the need for proof is a symptom of insecurity. It suggests that if no one saw it, it didn't count. The private keeper knows the truth. It counted because I was there. It mattered because I felt it. My witness is enough. This is a form of profound self-respect. It is the belief that your life is real, even if it leaves no digital trace. It is the understanding that the most valuable things in life are non-fungible. A photo is fungible. It can be copied, saved, reposted. But the feeling of the sun on your skin, the specific vibration of that laughter, the smell of that rain, that is non-fungible. That is unique. And the only way to keep it unique is to keep it off the market. When you refuse to post, you are refusing to transact. You are saying, this moment is not for sale. This is not for the feed. This is for the vault. You are reclaiming your position as the experiencer. You are firing the narrator. You are kicking out the invisible audience. And in that silence, in that privacy, the joy returns to its original state. Wild, unruly, and entirely, terrifyingly, beautifully yours. The choice to keep joy private is not an act of secrecy. Secrecy is born of shame. It is hiding something because you fear judgment. This is an act of sacred preservation. It is holding something back because you value its sanctity. We must recover the distinction between a life that is seen and a life that is felt. The path forward is not a manifesto for total digital abstinence. It is not about deleting your accounts or vanishing into the woods. It is about practicing selective sovereignty. It is the conscious decision to draw a circle around the most intimate, vital parts of your existence and say, the audience is not allowed in here. This is the return of the internal vault. Imagine your life as a gallery. For the last decade, we have been putting every single painting in the front window, desperate for passers-by to stop and look. The back rooms are empty. Selective sovereignty is the act of taking the masterpieces, the loves, the griefs, the quiet epiphanies, and moving them into the back room. A room only you have the key to. A room where the lights are dim and the silence is heavy, and you can sit with your life without performing it. When you do this, the texture of your reality changes. The hollowing out stops. You begin to feel a new kind of density. You walk through the world carrying secrets, not dark secrets, but beautiful ones. You have memories that are ungoogleable. You have joys that have no metrics attached to them. You have a self that exists offline, a version of you that is not a JPEG, not a brand, not a performance, but a living, breathing, unverified human being. This is the after. It is the moment you watch a child laugh and your hand twitches for the phone and you stop it. You choose in that split second to be the experiencer, not the reporter. You let the moment pass uncaptured. And in doing so, you let it sink deep into your subconscious, where it becomes part of your soul rather than part of your feed. You realize that a life lived without proof is not a life lost. It is the only life that is truly found. You are no longer a commodity. You are a keeper. You are the guardian of your own joy. This is our shared library of internal knowledge. The most valuable data is not what we broadcast, but what we protect. The silence is not empty. It is full of the things we loved enough to keep. To help build this analysis, I invite you to share in the comments without giving away the secret itself. What is one beautiful thing, a moment, a hobby, a relationship that you possess right now, fully and completely, simply because you never gave it away? How does the weight of that private joy feel different from the ones you have shared?